Hi everyone, welcome back to part 3 of the Book One Cozies Club chapter by chapter for Mrs. Claus and the Santaland Slayings, the first book in the Mrs. Claus series by Liz Ireland. I'm Di and this is my audio-only reading vlog for this book. Today I will be reading chapters 9 through 12 and sharing my thoughts with you along the way. Due to the nature of this reading vlog, there will be spoilers, so if you haven't read these chapters yet, I suggest that you not listen to this recording until you have. If you would prefer to hear my general thoughts on this book in its entirety, keep an eye out for my Book One Cozies Club Series First Impressions video, which will be posted sometime after the reading vlogs for this book have commenced. So how is everybody doing this evening? I am doing well. I did have to go to my office today, and so that was interesting. There were a lot more people at the office today than there usually is when I go in to do something there, and so yeah, I met some new people and definitely got some weird looks because a lot of the new people that moved into our office didn't know who I was because they'd never seen me before. And so, yeah, pretty interesting. But I also met some familiar faces again, and that was nice reconnecting. And I pulled out my first pair of hand-knit Christmas socks. So I got to wear that, and I also pulled out a hand-knit cardigan and wore that. So, yeah, felt a little festive today. It is supposed to rain in a few hours, and should rain for the majority of the day tomorrow. And so I am really looking forward to that. Rain is one of my most favorite things in this world, and I definitely do not get enough of it where I currently live. So, yeah. Let's hope for no more earthquakes tonight. But I'm excited to get into chapters 9 through 12. I'm looking forward to finding out a little bit more about what's going on. Like I said last night, I'm really not enjoying the way that the family members are treating April. I doubt that's going to change until maybe the end, if it does. So I'm not looking forward to any familial interactions, but I am looking forward to seeing what April learns in these next few chapters and getting back into this world. So I'm going to go ahead and dive into chapter 9 right now, and I will be back with you in a bit. So I just finished chapter 12. I find it very interesting that we are kind of focusing on one death and not the one that was at the beginning of the book. I'm trying not to be specific in case you are somebody who just clicked on this for the first time and haven't read the book or listened to the other sections. But it's really making me think that all of the deaths are connected. And if they're not, that's kind of a lot to be looking at in the first book. I don't know. Like, it's very interesting. I'm finding that, we focus on one thing here, and then we focus on another thing here. And, yeah, so while it's interesting, I'm kind of having a hard time seeing where this will go. And that's probably a good thing. But at the same time, we're halfway through the book now, and I guess I feel a little bit confused. Like, even in these chapters, there's been a focus on two different situations. In the previous chapters, we were looking at two different situations as well. I just find it interesting. And the more April digs, the more I wonder if everything is connected. In any case, I wasn't surprised by family antics, nor was I surprised at Therese's show I'm still not enjoying that part of this book. And I really want to kick Nick in the butt for how he acted when they were driving home from the Christmas show. I get he's stressed, but it doesn't seem like he's very concerned with what his wife thinks or what his wife's stress level is and the things that she's having to acclimate to as the new Mrs. Claus. I especially don't like how he brought up her ex-husband. I thought that was a dig below the belt. And how he could just kind of defend how Therese was acting. I was just like, you need a swift kick to the patootie, dude. I haven't enjoyed how he's acted pretty much this whole book. I'm hoping that things will turn around and this is just him being stressed out and trying not to be worried about the implications that are being presented about him being the successor and how that came about. But I don't feel like he's acting appropriately, nor is he acting considerately of his wife's concerns or situations. Now, I do see that April has been kind of forgetful, or maybe just not focused on the things that she has scheduled, but I can see how she feels like what she's doing is important. But yet every time she gets in trouble for being late or missing an event or almost missing an event, you would think that she would have a better awareness of the time, the things that she needs to do. So I can understand a little bit of the frustration that Pamela is having with her because of these things. But again, at the same time, this is her first go at this holiday season, and I feel like no one is giving her a chance or lending her a helping hand, and her husband is definitely not doing that. I mean, he looks for her before their event and just leaves without her, doesn't leave her a note, doesn't think that maybe something might have happened to her, doesn't concern himself at all that she's not around. And then he pulls that butt-headedness in the sleigh on the ride home. Again, I'm hoping that will pass towards the end of this book, especially knowing that there's a sequel in this series. So, yeah, definitely not enjoying the Claus family. But I am enjoying April's investigation. I also kind of want to find out what's going on with the reindeer and Quasar. Is that how you pronounce his name? That was really sad. But you can tell how much Lucia also feels for Quasar, and in the way that she acted towards April when she thought that April forced him to take her someplace or to that place. And I'm glad that Lucia righted her wrong in that situation. But why is that happening? And it seems like it happens often to Quasar with the other reindeer. So I'm interested in finding out what's going on there as well. Other than that, still very interested in the information that April's received, and again, I'm kind of trying to see where we're going, because we keep touching on this situation and then that situation, and I'm really interested in this abominable snowman hunt. While that sounds interesting, it also sounds very dangerous. And do we think we're going to get more information on that? Or I presume we should get more information on that with the implications made in this last chapter. But yeah, lots to look forward to in the last half of this book. I definitely felt like a couple of the chapters have been relatively long. Not sure if that was actually the case or not, but yeah, I kind of felt like a couple of the chapters were extra long. But I'm still enjoying this read, like I said, and I'm looking forward to finding out more information and putting pieces together as we get towards the end, if I'm even able to do that. For now, I'm just enjoying the story as it's coming, not really concerning myself with trying to fit pieces together, but I'm still, like I said, confused as to how and why we're jumping back and forth between situations. So yeah, it's got my head turning a little bit. My mind is definitely working a little bit, and I'm very interested to see what's going to happen. But like I said, for the most part, I'm just enjoying the story as it comes. So that's pretty much all I have for these chapters. Let me know down in the comments below what you thought of these chapters. What did you think of how Therese was acting at the Christmas show? Oh, by the way, note on that. The clogging mentioned was definitely not the clogging I was thinking of, with the wooden clogs as opposed to the clogging that I'm familiar with. So, yeah, let me know what you thought of how Therese acted and what happened with Quasar, and let me know your thoughts on how Nick is acting towards April in her quest to clear his name. So don't forget that you can also talk to me in the March Mystery Madness Discord or in the Mystery Madness Goodreads group, whichever place you feel most comfortable in chatting with me on this book. And I will be back with you tomorrow for chapters 13 through 16. So I hope you're all having a great evening, and I will talk to you later. Bye!